Diabetes. All diabetics have a common fluke parasite, Eurytrema pancreaticum, the pancreatic fluke of cattle, in their own pancreas. It seems likely that we get it from cattle, repeatedly, by eating their meat or dairy products in a raw state. It is not hard to kill with a Neo-Clark, but because of its infective stages in our food supply we can immediately be reinfected. Eurytrema will not settle and multiply in our pancreas without the presence of wood alcohol, methanol. Methanol pollution pervades our food supply. It is found in processed food including bottled water, artificial sweetener, soda pop, baby formula and powdered drinks of all kinds including health food varieties. I presume wood alcohol is used to wash equipment used in manufacturing. If your child has diabetes, use nothing out of a can, package or bottle except regular milk, and no processed foods. By killing this parasite and removing wood alcohol from the diet, the need for insulin can be cut in half in 3 weeks, or sooner. Be vigilant with your blood sugar checks. The pancreas with its tiny islets that produce insulin recovers very quickly. Even if 90% of them were destroyed, requiring daily insulin shots, half of them can recover or regenerate, so insulin is no longer necessary. The insulin shot itself may be polluted with wood alcohol. This is an especially cruel irony. The treatment itself is worsening the condition. Test it yourself, using the wood alcohol in automotive fluids, windshield washer, or from a paint store, as a test substance. Try different brands of insulin until you find one that is free of methanol. Artificial sweeteners are polluted with wood alcohol. Instead of helping you cope with diabetes, they are actually promoting it. Do not use them. Drugs that stimulate your pancreas to make more insulin may also carry solvent pollution. Test them for wood alcohol and switch brands and bottles until you find a pure one. You may not need them much longer, so the extra expense now may soon reward you. Many persons can detoxify the amount of wood alcohol that pollutes our foods. They do not have a food mold, koic acid, built up in their bodies as diabetics do. I have found koic acid in coffee and potatoes with gray areas inside. Do not eat discolored potatoes or peels, even if cooked or baked. Being able to detoxify a poisonous substance like wood alcohol should not give us the justification for consuming it. All poisons are bad for us. Do not consume them. All diabetic persons also carry a virus, HA virus, in the pancreas. This virus grows in the skin as a wart but is spread quite widely in the body, such as in the spleen or liver besides pancreas. It is not necessary to kill this virus since it disappears when the pancreatic fluke is gone. The HA virus undoubtedly belongs to the pancreatic fluke. The question can be asked, does the fluke or its virus cause diabetes? There might even be a bacterium, so far missed in our observations, that is the real perpetrator. While recovering from diabetes, it is very important to check your blood sugar every day. Improvement is so rapid, you may suddenly be over-insulinized by your next shot. Cut down your dose to suit your actual need. There are additional aspects to diabetes that have been studied by alternative physicians. For instance, allergy to wheat and other grains containing gluten is common. Perhaps the pancreas and its islets would heal much faster if grains were out of the diet for a while. Perhaps the 50% improvement that is consistently possible just by killing parasites and stopping wood alcohol consumption could be improved further by a month of grain-free diet. Eating fenugreek seeds has been reported to greatly benefit, actually cure, diabetes cases. Are they a specific fluke killer, virus killer, or neither? It seems like a good idea to add this to your diet if you are a diabetic. Wood alcohol also accumulates in the eyes, and there is a connection between diabetes and eye disease. Bilberry leaves are an herbal treatment for both diabetes and weak eyes. Do they help by counteracting wood alcohol or detoxifying koic acid? Make a tea for yourself, using 1/4 cup leaves to 3 cups water. Drink 1/2 cup a day. Chromium is another must for diabetics, 200 mcg 3 times a day. It helps insulin enter your cells. Gold is attracted to the pancreas. Heavy metals should be removed from dentalware, including all gold crowns, and no metal should be worn next to the skin as jewelry, including all gold items. Blythe Jenkins was on micronase, 5 mg, daily for her diabetes, but she still had a morning blood sugar of 183. She had pancreatic flukes and sheep liver flukes in her pancreas, vanadium, a gas leak, in her home and cadmium in her water, old pipes. After killing parasites and cleaning kidneys, her morning blood sugar was down to 148. She also got rid of her hot flushes, groin and leg pain. This encouraged her so much she did the rest of her body cleanup and could go off her medicine completely. Robert Green, age 65, had been on insulin 5 years already, getting 2 shots a day, 25 U each. And even this was not controlling his blood sugar, which was 288 in the morning. He was raised to 30 units without much improvement. His legs and feet were too painful to walk without a walker to lean on. He had lower in his pancreas. This is another example of a parasite going to the wrong location, this time the pancreas instead of the heart. I believe the solvent makes this possible. Also mumps virus, Harwort virus, mycoplasma, flu virus, chickenpox virus, adenovirus and Shigella, all making their home in his pancreas. This was possible because he had wood alcohol accumulated there, from drinking various beverages and using artificial sweetener. As soon as he stopped this practice and killed everything with a NEO rife, his blood sugar fell below 100 in the morning and he had to reduce his insulin to 20 units. He was also on chromium 200 mcg, 2-3 times a day. Meanwhile, he cleared 2,000 stones out of his liver. He could now walk well again and decided to take a part-time job. The whole process took 1 year. Ralph Dixon, age 72, had been switched to 30 units of insulin, once a day, after 6 years on pills for his diabetes. He still had a fasting blood sugar of 242. He had the pancreatic fluke and a host of bacteria and viruses in his pancreas. He had a poodle. After killing the pathogens and cleaning his kidneys, his blood sugar dropped, so he cut his insulin to 25 units. Blood sugar was at 111. Soon he had to cut it to 20 units. He was also on chromium 200 mcg, 2-3 times a day, manganese 50 milligrams, 1 a day, fenugreek capsules, 2 a day, and bilberry leaves, each supplement by itself. He also lost his angina and fatigue with all this body cleaning. But if he went off the maintenance parasite program, he would promptly get a spike in his blood sugar, showing how easy it was for him to reinfect and how new parasites would immediately find his pancreas. Melissa Bird, 54, had major illnesses including heart disease, 2 angioplasties, numerous other surgeries and diabetes. She took 15-18 units of insulin once a day. Besides pancreatic flukes in her pancreas, she also had intestinal flukes there, plus widespread ascaris. She also had warts and candidiasis. Fortunately, there were no pets. Her parasites were instantly eliminated with her NEO rife, and she was started on kidney herbs for her other problems. 7 weeks later, she stated she had to cut down her insulin because her morning blood sugar had dropped to 90. Then she eliminated the decafs and artificial sweetener that were giving her wood alcohol, started the parasite herbs and did a liver cleanse. The day after the liver cleanse, her blood sugar went up to 164 but was completely normal after that, under 100, and she did not dare take any more insulin or pills. We advised her to keep monitoring her blood sugar and be very, very vigilant, and to please stop smoking. John Angett, 65, was not on any medicine in spite of his diabetes. He was too embarrassed to tell us his blood sugar. He had a long list of other health problems, too. He was toxic with thulium, vitamin C, and palladium, from tooth fillings. He had a variety of parasites. After doing some dental work and parasite killing, his fasting blood sugar dropped to a normal 98. But his leg cramps kept returning in spite of doing a kidney cleanse. Only after changing his diet to include milk did the phosphate crystals stay away and eliminate his cramps. Cornelius Edens, age 33, came for his diabetes, although he also had fatigue, digestion problems, and headaches. He had numerous other minor symptoms like chest pain over the heart, soreness in testicles, etc. His diabetes was only diagnosed 1 year ago. He was on insulin, Humulin TM20 long-acting plus 6 regular units, in the morning. He often omitted the evening dose, which should be 14 long plus 6 regular. This brought his fasting blood sugar down to 166 in the morning. He had pancreatic flukes in his testicles besides in his pancreas. His aflatoxin level was very high. He was told to stop eating grocery store bread, eat bakery bread only. He had silver, nickel and very high levels of gold, probably all three coming from his gold crowns. He was to have them all replaced with composite. He had fiberglass in his pancreas. Wood alcohol was present in large amounts in his pancreas as expected. He was to stop drinking all store-bought beverages, whether frozen, powdered, or ready to drink. He did not test positive to benzene, propyl alcohol, salmonellas, shigellas, E. coli. But he had Staph aureus growing at high levels in his pancreas. The usual source for this is in teeth, so he was told to ask his dentist to search for cavitations and clean up hidden tooth infections while replacing the gold crowns. He was to find the exposed fiberglass and seal it off. He was to zap parasites every other day for 1 month. His supplements were vitamin C, 1 teaspoon with each meal for constipation. Then 1 teaspoon daily, vitamin B50 complex, 2 per day, phytic acid, 2 per day. He was to start the kidney cleanse recipe for his testicle problem, and after 6 weeks do a liver cleanse. He was to follow up with this in 3 weeks, after dental work was completed. He never returned. 4 months later we received a phone call. He was too embarrassed to make himself. He needed no insulin and was doing fine. Another 3 months later he was still doing well, and off insulin. Comments: we recommend walnut extract Euro 11.00 euros 13.40 Mersal Mountain tea extract Mersal Mountain 11 euros 13.40 cents 0.00 IMUNO strong Euro 11.00 euros 13.40 cents 0.00 Universal copper handles Universal copper 0 euros 3 PCS walnut extract promotion 3 PCS walnutty 33 euros 45 euros video thrive part 2 VTITLE